Sup, Reitanna, it's Reitanna Seishin here. My grandmother sent me a bunch of stuff from my past, um, and I thought it'd be interesting to show you because, as an adult looking at them, I don't know, can pinpoint some things that were early red flags. Um, we'll start with this one, but this one I don't remember. Of course, I believe every kid, every school in elementary school has to do, fire safety. Um, so I'm not even sure how this went, but apparently I won a contest, but I don't remember ever going to tape the message. And I think I probably backed out of it like I did in a later writing contest and just let because I was tied with another guy, so just let him, and I think the runner-up next to me, I think it was one girl and one boy had to win or something. But, the social anxiety, I probably would have freaked out. I have short-term memory loss. My long-term memory loss should be just fine, but I do not remember this at all. So then at one of my elementary schools, I think the one that I stayed at for the longest time, no, yeah, because I think I stayed at Mullen for at least 2 grades. Apparently so this is a weird grading system. Satisfactory progress, mastered, not yet introduced. I don't know why mastered is a check mark or why there are A's on this, but I don't know. Maybe my teacher was just, I don't know. I was known for getting straight A's and straight, great grades for all the way up until, I believe, well, not counting middle school PE, but up until high school, certain things were slipping. But, so, I don't know. I can't really read heads or tails off of that. Here was a Mother's Day card, because, despite the fact that I hate her and I had to go through so much because of her. I was socially conditioned to love my parent. And I would be lying if I said there weren't times where she was a good parent. And I did enjoy those moments, but those moments don't counteract the entirety of the story. So, I give her Mother's Day stuff, of course, and that's so creative. I think this was after I started watching Invader Zim, right after it started, because I started drawing in certain ways like that. So, I think this is me and my dog Kona, fighting over a toy or a necklace? I'm not sure. And then, was this an imaginary friend? I don't remember. She says, "What you making?" I say, "A picture." And then, and of course, I didn't know the format of speech bubbles, that the first one's supposed to go, somewhere else, and the second one's supposed to go down so that you actually read them, because it looks like, okay, and then use markers. So, I guess I was going to use crayons, and she told me to use markers instead. And then I guess, what is that supposed to be, a snake? Was this when this might have been when she first got Persephone. That's why it would be a steak. That's why it would be a snake. And then I guess my imaginary friend had a gray muffin, I guess. And oh my god. And I guess she was making a Mother's Day poster or something, and then I pressed record on a tape player or something, and oh my god, this is hard to do with one hand. And we totally played instruments because, and then I say the end. I have no rhyme or reason. I think I'm supposed to be balancing on one foot and losing my balance. I don't remember this character. I almost feel like I should revitalize her, though. That would be interesting. Let me know. And then I'm not sure what this is. I think this is my first time using Word and the printer on a computer. Hi, my name's Kara Reynolds. Let me tell you about myself. I have blonde hair. I am half animals. I love cats. I am 8 years old. I have a freed, practically like a sister, Kara Reynolds. Kind of surprised I spelled my name right. And then, what's this? I don't know what this is. I really liked school when I was a kid. Because it wasn't the people, because I got bullied a lot. I really liked doing work. The homework and stuff, it was just, a lot of it was really easy for me. And, I got rewarded for it. And so I guess I really loved school. Like, maybe I was in love with school or something. And then this was a drawing of my cat, Spaz. Aaron must have just brought him home. I obviously used a stencil for his fat body. So Spaz was my very first cat. And he died of kitty AIDS when he got older. And he was so full of personality, and I have so many memories of him. I love him so much. And he shows up in my dreams a lot. And then I'm not sure, I think this was the first time I was watching Cartoon Network, and for some reason I put it in here, and I don't know why. And I drew a story. I used to do these all the time, where I make little storybooks. And I go, written and illustrated by Kara Reynolds. Oh Lord. I must have been younger than 8 at this point. One day, a little angel came out to play. This is the angel. That's her. And the sun is so super cool. She saw a boy. Now, I think this boy was supposed to be Jake, who was my first crush, but I don't remember if this was just a random drawing. So, and the sun has a weird little tag on it. I'm not sure what I was thinking. She saw a boy and picked him up, and apparently he doesn't like being picked up. I don't know why the sun lost his sunglasses. But he could not sleep, and skiddly. The sun. Okay, and maybe accidentally the sun left his light on, and they went to sleep. I think the angel killed that kid. I don't know. In the morning, he was dizzy. And again, the sun has this little tag on it. What the hell? But Alist, Katie made him an angel. Yeah, she totally killed that kid. And they flew away. Look at how I spelled flew. I wish I could go back in time and ask my child self what the hell that tag is on the sun. Oh, and this, I didn't remember this until I read this. How I found Slimy. Illustrate? No, I still didn't spell that wrong. I mean, I still didn't spell that right, I think. Because it's illustrated, not illustrated, right? It's one of the words I still have problems with. Oh my god. I once had an inchworm, and I found him on a tree, but I was scared when I found him. So, there's a little inchworm. But now, I lost him, and I really miss him. But he might be somewhere if you look harder. But I still miss him, and me and Rochelle are still looking for him. So that was my inchworm. And I think Rochelle was a friend who... She was a really good friend. And we weren't friends for very long because she had to move away. I think she was only there for, like, the summer or something. I don't understand what I was doing with this one. It's apparently the body part book. Oh, I still spelled my name right. My last name. I had trouble spelling my last name for the longest time. The body part book. These are hands. I couldn't have traced my own hands. These are almost the size of adult hands. Oh, they're hands, not hands. This is the Toomey. This is the head. I think even back then I knew I had big teeth. Or something, I don't know. And then I waste a bunch of space. And these are the eyes. And I waste more space. Because that's the nose. And then the mouth. And then the feet are these. These are the feet. Not these. These are the feet. And then these are the teeth. This is the ear. What? And then it's a completely blank page. And on the back I split it in half, and am I holding candy? I don't know. Okay, so this was done, you know, my handwriting is still pretty, messy, but, so, I don't know what happened to that last A, but this is called My Life, and it says, sometimes I watch TV in the mornings, the two shows cartoons, I find the cartoons. Can you decipher that? So, I'm not sure what that stick figure is doing. Holding a light? And then, I think I gave myself black hair because I couldn't associate yellow with blonde, because our hair isn't yellow, it's blonde. So, oh, I managed to do the A right there. And I guess I'm turning Super Saiyan or something. I play outside sometimes, but when I go outside, notice how I did a handwritten typo here. I knew how to spell it, but side, which I'm not gonna, I go to the next door neighbor. Oh, this was when I lived on a farm. Yeah. I loved going to the next door neighbor. There were two boys. I think one was my age and one was a little older, and the older one was born with a deformity where one of his hands never grew, so it was always tiny. And I thought that was so interesting, and he was bullied a lot for it, and I'm like, you know, still a hand, right? I wish my toys were a life. Then I would have someone to play with the whole day. So that must be like my Betty Spaghetti doll or something, who actually had yellow hair. Did I have Betty Spaghetti when I was this young, though? Could have sworn I got my first Betty Spaghetti when I lived in Mullen. As I was definitely not 8 years old yet. I think I was like 6. I don't know. But I was lonely. I only had like I literally had 2 friends, and those were the 2 boys next door. If I was as small as my toy kangaroo, I could go into my little dollhouse. And then that's me getting shrunk and hanging out with my kangaroo. I don't remember the kangaroo very well. And then this is where I tell about my crush on Jake. So I'm all crushing, and I imagine him saying, "I love you," and I say, "That's good." And I think that was supposed to be Aaron, and me, looking at him from afar. And what used to happen was, at recess, he would chase me around, and it was really fun, and I loved it. And it was like playing tag. So I'd try to get away from him, and it was a game. It wasn't anything malicious or anything. And then I'd say goodbye to him. That was during the time where I chewed on my hair for some reason. And I think that's supposed to be me, and that's supposed to be Jake. And then this is me with an assignment, hoping to be praised by many people because I didn't get that praise. And it shows right here, it shows me not getting the praise that I thought I deserved on my project, and crying. And then I put a big exclamation mark, then a big exclamation mark, and then a period, and then another big exclamation mark, a question mark, and then exclamation mark, and another period. And then I guess this was some kind of fist bump. But Jake stopped chasing me when his friends started calling me his girlfriend. And I had never told him that I liked him. But one day I was like, "Chase me," and he was like, "I don't like you," or "I'm not your boyfriend," or something like that. And I was really sad, and I still never told him that I liked him. But we were kids, and I'm sure the boys were like, "Ew, cooties," and stuff. But I wasn't that girly. I was a tomboy for a really long time. Hello, beads. So I found out the hard way that I cannot drill holes through these seashells. Anyway, so that's a little look into some of the early signs of neglect that I had problems with, and my apparent love for killing trees and loving angel murderers. As a side note, as an unrelated note, I've opened my Etsy again. So here's some of the things that I'm selling. A lot of things are made to order, so of course you would have to go there. I opened my Spreadshirt back up. It doesn't have any new designs quite yet, but I'll try to get on that. Basically, I'm trying to make more, of an income, because, Michael's got 2 jobs now, and, we moved to Idaho for because the cost of living was so much lower, but all of a sudden, we get here and prices are going up on everything, and people are moving here, so rent is raising, and I don't want to leave Boise. I like it here, regardless of it being a red state, because we're not, involved in politics. But it's pretty here. It's nice. I don't love our apartment, but I like our apartment. Someday I want to be able to afford a house of some kind. And for people in my age range and people younger, that's going to be a dream that never happens unless you are rich. Because people used to be able to buy houses and then they fucked us up. So, all I gotta say to Gen Z is that enjoy being young while you can. Don't grow up too fast. Enjoy being dependent on your parents or your guardians. And be thankful, unless they're abusive, of course. Be thankful that they care for you and they're trying to do their best. If they're actually abusive, make sure to, try to contact the right people. But when you, especially for you guys coming after my generation, you guys are effed. You're completely effed. And that's actually one of the reasons why I refuse to have a child. So, you gotta really look at your options. I know society says go to college and get a job, but going to college doesn't guarantee you a job, and you'll be paying off those loans. My loans were supposed to be paid off 10 years after I graduated, and 10 years went by, and I still haven't, been able to pay them back within the 10-year span. And you're going to be in debt, and it's going to be harder to find apartments. You're going to have at least 2 jobs and like 4 roommates. And it's not fun. A lot of kids and teens look forward to being an adult because they think that, oh, I'm free. But you're not. You're imprisoned in a different way. And if you think things are going to get better when you become an adult, don't think that, because they don't. If you're rich or lucky, you'll probably be in a comfortable life, but it's just not the way things work anymore. Anyway, if you liked any part of this video, leave a like, spread the word of awesome, become a Reitannite, come up with a name for this girl, and don't forget to click the little bell, and I shall see you later, alligators and crocodiles. Goodbye!